Welcome to another episode of OG55 Live. I got the one
Yeah.
and only Shawn from Walt's Apartment Productions in the house on OG55 Live. We are taking your questions, your comments. We live up next on OG55. Welcome aboard, everybody, to another episode of OG55 Live on this fine Tuesday evening. I got Shawn from Walt's Apartment Productions in the house. We're going to together take your questions and comments. Shawn, second time on the channel. Welcome back, brother. How you doing? So I got you mid drink.
You're perfect. I'm good, man. Thank you so much. I'm pleasure to be here. We were going to do this a few weeks ago, but stuff happens, and I'm glad we're here. We get to do it now, and I love answering questions. So let's have some fun for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely. Before we dive right in, if you could let everybody home know where they can find you on social media, so they can subscribe and show some love over there.
Absolutely. We're so close to 1,000 subscribers, like 14 away. So if anyone's watching this, we need to, if you can like our channel, everything is Walt's Apartment Productions, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. It's all the same. Check us out. We're podcast network. We do a much different podcasts. We're revolving around the parks and Marvel and Star Wars, all that fun stuff. Let's go. We're in the park is here. I love them. I had to say hi to them. They're my people.
Absolutely, absolutely. So let's go ahead and dive right in. We got a great question here from Mr. Andrew Kellogg. Mr. Kellogg is asking, do you think that a land and a dark ride based off the legend of Sleepy Hollow would have been a better replacement for Tom Sawyer Island and the Rivers of America than Cars? Here's the thing, Andrew. When you say better, it's kind of subjective, right? So better in terms of cooler and cooler looking. Oh yeah, way better. Better in terms of what is going to make Disney more money and have more merch power. No, not better, because Cars is $1 billion machine when it comes to the merch and the whole thing. And the normies are going to love the Cars thing, right? But for the nerds like us, oh yeah, man. I mean, a Sleepy Hollow land would be sick as hell. I mean, it would almost be like a little mini villains land in a kind of in a way, and it would look really cool. So I think it just depends on like what you're looking for. I think for the diehards, I think that would be a cool thing. I think for the normies though, I don't think the soccer mom with 4 kids is really going to care about Sleepy Hollow. Just my take though. What say you, Shawn?
Oh, it's all about Lightning McQueen, buddy. Come on. I mean, can you hear me?
Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now. You're
okay.
Good.
All right. No, it's all about Lightning McQueen, buddy. I mean, absolutely. I mean, that's look at Cars Land at Disneyland. It's probably one of the best themed land in all of Disneyland Resort. I think it is the best themed lands. You can't go wrong with Cars. I mean, 4 movies or 3 movies or whatever on it. Yeah, it's Sleepy Hollow. I agree with you, OG, definitely that you need to, us that are more bigger fans, that'd be cool, but Cars is just where it's at. Let's go. So
yeah. The normies are going to eat that Cars thing up, and
for sure.
There was a lot of anger, obviously, within the diehard community about that whole thing with the Rivers of America going away. And I totally understand that, but I think sometimes like we have to put our normie hat on every now and then and understand why sometimes Disney does these things, and it's definitely tailored for the normies. Kiki and Luca though says, let's get Walt's Apartment to 1,000 subs.
Let's go. Absolutely. We're 14 away. Let's go.
Come on, we're like this close, you guys. We're a chest hair away from 1,000. You know what I'm saying?
And I looked it up. I looked it up today. What happened to hit 1,000? You just hit 1,000. That's but it's just, I think it's just that clout kind of thing. We hit 1,000. Let's fucking go.
Let's do it. Kiki and Luca here says, what is the best toilet and most underrated toilet at the Disneyland Resort? What say you, Shawn? What do you think? What's the best?
My gosh. The last time I was on your show, we talked about bathrooms because that's just a topic that follows me around. The best bathroom for me at Disneyland Resort is you walk in on the right side next to Disneyana right there, and take a quick right down, like right up against right there. There's a I forgot what it's called. I said it again last time. It's like a accompanying bathroom where it's a bigger bathroom where you have more room. You just have more room. It's quiet, but literally you walk in, take a quick right when you first walk under the train. And then the nice thing about it is normal. A lot of times when you come out of the bathroom, you're going to run into some characters because I've seen Belle there like 3 times, or they bring characters in and out from the. It's almost kind of backstage, and then directly across the other side where the VIP tour cabana is, there's another really nice bathroom there too. So it's like right up front. They have a couple really nice bathrooms. That's my opinion. What about you? What do you think?
Okay, I actually have Kiki and Luca. I actually have the best toilet and the most underrated toilet all in one answer for you. Okay, and that is the bathrooms at the Grand Californian Resort and Spa. These bathrooms are in pristine condition. It is if you have to look, not to get too detailed, right? But gentlemen, obviously, if it's number one, we can stand up. It's no big deal. But number two, you're going to want a little bit of a cleaner situation with the toilets and all that, right? I'm telling you, the Grand Cali, it's where it's at. And it's an underrated bathroom too, because, a lot of people don't think to go in there, so because it's like a hotel and all that stuff. But yeah,
that is a really nice bathroom. He didn't say that. You talk about bathrooms, I agree with. If you talk about hotels, I agree with you. That hotel's bitching for sure. But
it's amazing, absolutely amazing. And we're in the park. Good call, OG. Thank you. We're in the park. It's good to see you too, by the way. Thank you for joining us. And Shawn Narani, thank you, Shawn, for joining us. Always good to see you, Shawn. Is it time to give Space Mountain either a huge upgrade or replace it with something else? What say you, Shawn?
You're not going to replace it. No, you don't replace Space Mountain. An upgrade, cool. An update, a different theme, maybe. I mean, you could even do like a Lilo and I'm not Lilo and Stitch. Yeah, you could do Lilo and Stitch. I think Lilo and Stitch would be a fun overlay for Space Mountain. They do the hyperspace obviously as well. So, but no, you don't want to replace it. Space Mountain's great. So there's
I would agree. Yeah, you don't replace it. The only way I would even entertain replacing would be if they do with what they're doing like in Tokyo, where they're bulldozing it to build a new version, something to bring it into the future, right? Where I'd be okay with something like that, but I don't want them to bulldoze it and put some totally new experience there. I want a top to bottom brand new shiny Space Mountain that's dope as hell, So
right.
Yeah, I think it's look. I mean, like our friend Mr. Tech Bear here says, Space Mountain got a 20 million retrack in 2005. That was 20 years ago, but it could probably use a little freshening up, But nah, you got to keep Space Mountain. It's literally the only thing in Tomorrowland like worth going into that land for at this point. You know what I'm saying?
That's so wild. He mentions a $20 million retrack. $20 million to retrack a ride. Cost $17 million to build Disneyland. So, I mean, just put that in perspective of we're just going to spend $20 million to change some tracks. It's wild how things have changed, but
yeah. Oh, it's crazy. It's crazy how expensive everything has gotten, right? With inflation and all that stuff. And now we got the tariff situation. So it's gotten out of control. Yeah. Remy D here with a question. What do you think about EA being bought out? Now, I do have an article on this, Remedy, because I did see your question prior to Showtime. EA, the gaming company, going private in a $55 billion deal that will pay shareholders $210 a share. Now, here's the thing. I honestly, Remy, I am not a huge gamer. I used to be when I was a kid. I used to play Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis all the time. I've been out of the gaming loop for a real long time. But I thought this was an interesting kind of news piece, right? It says here that EA said it will be acquired by Public Investment Fund of Saudi Arabia, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners in an all-cash deal worth $55 billion. It says the shareholders of the maker of Battlefield, The Sims, and Madden NFL will receive $210 per share. Jared Kushner, who is Donald Trump's son-in-law, is the CEO of Affinity. So this is kind of interesting. I mean, I'm surprised there's not more controversy around this because it is connected to Kushner and all that. I don't really see much about this, but I mean, EA is a big company, 55 billion. It's going private, big gaming company. What do you think, Shawn? I don't know. Are you a gamer still or not really?
I'm 52 years old. I play Madden. That's it. I play Madden and Call of Duty sometime, but as long as it doesn't interfere with like the every year update of Madden, I'm cool with it. Good. Congratulations, I guess, to the people that are making money, but I don't know a lot about it, unfortunately.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same boat as you. I think it's interesting, but I'm not too versed in the gaming world. But Lucas Kim, he is, And he says,
Yeah.
I never get to talk about video game companies and video games itself, but honestly, EA Games going to Saudi Arabia is bad news for gamers outside the sports. Yeah,
Hmm.
we'll see. I mean, Saudi Arabia, Jared Kushner too. I mean, that's interesting. So I don't
Yeah.
really know. It's going to be interesting, Lucas, for sure. But we'll have to kind of wait and see. Also, I want to
Oh
thank
my God.
Samantha for
There she
a
is.
$5 super sticker to Walt's apartment. Appreciate you, Samantha. That was really sweet of you. Awesome, awesome. And she's bringing
She
the popcorn.
better. She better because she's one of our hosts. She's awesome.
There she
That's
is.
Sam. That's Sam from our show. OG.
Oh, okay. What's going on, Sam? Good to see you. I didn't know it was the same Sam. That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we got SD drawings in the house. Should Disney move Pixar's Gato to a different date because it's coming out the same day as Spider-Man Beyond the Spider-Verse? You know what? Probably. Probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
The kiddos love Spider-Man. The kiddos love Spider-Man. Spider-Man's huge. The Spider-Verse movies have done very, very well. Gato,
Yeah.
looks like a beautiful film, but I mean, you're going up against Spider-Man. I mean, it seems almost unfair. And I want to see Pixar set up for success. We already had a flop with Elio. I don't want another situation where we have big headlines about, Pixar's Gato doesn't do well or flops opening weekend. I want to set Pixar up for the most success they can possibly get. And putting it up against Spider-Man, I think it's a losing battle, but maybe I'm being overly pessimistic. What's the you, Shawn?
I agree. I agree with like what Sam just said. You can't compete with Spidey, whether it's in the universe or it's Tom Holland. But yeah, there's so many dates on a calendar. Why would you be like, hey, this is a good idea? No, it's not. And you mentioned Elio. I saw Elio twice. I absolutely loved that movie. I don't know why more people didn't. I thought it was absolutely great. So I just had to say that because I thought Elio was good.
Yeah, no, it looks really
But
cute.
yeah,
I never saw him.
that's that Spidey universe or whatever it is. I haven't seen. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen one of those movies. I hear they're great. David from our show absolutely loves them. I know a lot of the other hosts love them. I just haven't seen them, but they do well and they're very popular. I mean, they're nominated for Academy Awards, so they're doing something right. So no,
Oh,
bad idea.
100%. 100%. And that's honestly when they built Avengers Campus, that's why there's so much Spider-Man in that land, because Spider-Man, like cars, is a merch machine, and the
Mhm.
kiddos love Spidey, you know what I'm saying? And so that movie is going to do very well. So yeah, I hope Pixar
Yeah.
does move their movie because I want to see that Gato do well. It looks like a cute film, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But Arlene's in the house. I want to thank you, Arlene, for being an OG 55 member. Do appreciate you. Always good to see you. Just watched your Avatar speculation video. Now, Shawn, I want to talk to you about this a little bit because did you watch the Avatar Fire and Ash trailer by any chance? Or
I
no?
have I saw part of it. I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a huge Avatar fan. I think their movies are boring. It's probably a terrible take to have on a Disney podcast, but
Hey,
I
no.
also hate Wally. So I mean, that's just who I am. So, but I saw some of the stuff you were posting. I think I watched a little bit of what you guys were doing about the speculation. No, to answer your question, no, I haven't seen it. But what's your question? I'll answer it still.
Well, okay, so we know that there's like the Fire Navi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And with that, I think comes a lot of interesting potential for the Avatar attraction coming to DCA. Because we heard
Yeah.
Josh Giamaro at D23 over a year ago say that this land and attraction is based on the next 3 or 4 movies. So Fire and Ash is definitely one of those films. Could you see some cool fire effects or something like in the attraction? Like, maybe similar to what they do with Fantasmic, where you have the fire on the
Oh
water.
no,
Crazy.
no.
Well,
Wait a minute, no.
not that similar, but you know what I mean, right? But what do you think, man? Do you think that movie, based on what you saw visually, could be kind of dope for this
Absolutely.
ride?
Absolutely. Yeah. I think that'd be cool. The effects, Fantastic's one of my favorite things. So the effects that they do like on the water, that'd be cool. And you could do that on an attraction all the time. So absolutely. I think those nods, the fire and all that stuff would be great. I mean, because it makes sense. You could do it. Why not?
Yeah, no, I think it'd be pretty cool. And I talked to George about this on the video yesterday. So they're basing it off of the next 3 or 4 movies, right? Now,
Mhm.
one of the big questions that fans have been asking is, how does Avatar fit into a park about California?
It doesn't.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know how they're gonna do this because I'm pretty forgiving about the theming stuff. Like, I mean, you know, Cars Land is Arizona, but it's California enough with the Route
Right.
66 and all that. So I'm pretty forgiving with it. But even Pandora is a bridge too far for me. But what I want to ask you, Sean, is do you think that they're basing it off of the next 4 films because there is an Earth element to one of these sequels that we're not aware of? So that's why they have to kind of base it off of these next few films. Is that a possibility, you think, or am I kind of reaching here with that?
I will say this: if it's based off the next 4 movies, I'm worried about how long it's going to take to build that land. Because they're not going to do something to show you something that's going to happen in a movie coming up. I couldn't see them doing that. So if they're going to base it on 4 movies, you know what I mean? Because what are the movies, like every 3 years they come out with a new Avatar movie. So we're looking at Avatar Land coming in like the next 10 years. Because you're not going to have something from Avatar 5, let's say, in this new land that people go, what the hell is this? What is this? You know, or would you do that? I don't know if you would do it because they don't want to share anything until the movie comes out and it's.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. If it's the next 2 or 3, if it's the next 2 movies, that makes more sense. That's a couple of years probably. They could probably, because you have one coming out. Is it this year or next year? When's the next movie?
Yeah, this year, Fire and Ash.
And you probably get one like next Christmas or the following Christmas, right? Which fits into a timeline of the next 2 movies to end building a land like that. I think that would fit in. Because you're not going to see it then when it all comes out. And you're like, okay, cool. You know, but for 4 movies, I don't know. I'm
Yeah,
excited. Don't get me wrong. I'm not an Avatar fan, but I'm really excited to see what they do with the land. Because I think the concept drawing looks amazing, and I don't know how they're going to fit it there or everything. Where for what these pictures look like, where the hell are you going to put all this? But hey, it's Disney. They know what they're doing. So
yeah, no, well said. And that's a great point, Sean, where it's like you don't have to be a fan of these IPs to necessarily appreciate or love the lands or the
100%.
attractions, like my I don't have a really like I'm not really a big Harry Potter guy, but it's like one of
Right.
my favorite things to do at Universal. I love the area, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm not a big Cars person either, but I love Cars Land at DCA, so but Sam here has a great point. Joe Rody needs to get his hands on that land. And I agree with you, Sam.
I
I haven't
agree.
heard
I agree.
anything. Have you heard anything, Sean, about him being involved?
I I have not. I heard he's retired, isn't he? Is he retired completely, or is he doing something else now?
He's like semi-retired. He's like a consultant for Imagineering last time I heard, and he was
Yeah.
training some of the next generation of Imagineers. But in terms of being involved in this particular project, I don't really know. Hopefully he
Yeah.
is.
I mean, God, what he did with, I've never seen it in person, but what he did with Avatar Land in Florida, holy shit! Just the guy's a freaking genius. What he did with Guardians, the Mission Breakout. This dude's he's amazing. One
I
of the
mean,
best.
oh no, absolutely. How do you
He may
take?
he may even be on like a Mount Rushmore of if you could have 5 people on a Mount Rushmore, he'd like be that 5th spot. You know what I mean?
Oh, easily,
For sure.
easily.
Yeah.
You're just gonna need a little extra cliff for his ear,
Right. You have to
and
yeah, put him on one of the sides so he can put his ears. Yeah. This is
you
very
know.
cool.
But yeah, I mean, what he did with Mission Breakout was nothing short of a miracle. I mean, he took a
Yeah.
haunted, spooky hotel and turned that into the Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, on paper, that thing should have flopped so hard.
And everyone was pissed. They're like,
Yeah.
"What the hell is he doing? What are you doing?" I'm like, that's one of my favorite things now when I go.
Oh yeah. No, it's
So cool.
fantastic. It's fantastic. Real quick, Kiki and Luca, just because this is pertinent to what we were just talking about. It says Lucas here is saying they already said he's detailing the Indiana Jones attraction, so he's working on the Indy ride
Okay. Okay.
over there in Florida. So
They're
that's
dumb if they don't reach out to him. They're dumb if they don't reach out to him for
oh,
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Kiki and Luca, I want to thank you so much for the $5 super chat. We always appreciate you, sir. Why do you hate Wally? That's a spicy take. What's going on, Sean? What's going on, man? What happened?
It's not. I can't get into it. I watched it. My kids liked it. Everyone in the world loves. I just can't get into the Wally's cool. The whole rest of the story's boring as hell to me. I just think it's so boring, and I don't know. I've been told to watch it again. I was supposed to watch it again. MT Amanda says, "Oh boy, here we go." Yeah, it's just this has been 5 years of our podcast that they know I hate Wally. And it's just like I'm sorry. It's not fun. It's like I said, and Sam, not this again. It's just how it's. They know. They know. I don't like. Well, I'm sorry, Kiki and Luke. I don't have an explanation. I just think it's boring.
Yeah,
It's not
that's fair.
appealing. It's not appealing to me. Wally himself is kind of cool. I've seen the robot at the park. They showed like on certain days, like on Earth Day and stuff. And I was actually there on Earth Day, but he was over in the hotel, and I saw. Oh, that's kind of cool. The robot's cool, but not. not the movie.
Yeah,
You
no,
know.
I understand that. I mean, look, it's kind of interesting with Wally, right? Because the first like half hour of that film, there's no dialogue. And it
Yeah.
kind of right? There's no dialogue, and it kind of reminds me of old school storytelling. Like if you look at a perfect example, if you look at at an attraction like Pirates of the Caribbean, look how long that setup is before you get
Oh
to any kind of action, right?
yeah.
And that's kind of how we used to tell stories, right? Wally reminds me of that old school Hollywood approach to storytelling, that slow build, right? You're gonna have no talking for a half an hour kind of thing. It's not, but that's not everyone's cup of tea, though. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And then you mix in the dystopian stuff, right? I can see your point. I personally love it. I love Wally. I mean, he's
Most
a
people
cutie.
do. Most
Yeah.
people do.
Yeah. But I mean, I respect that. Not, look, everyone loves the Toy Story franchise.
Oh yeah.
Not my thing though. Like, I
Yeah.
mean, I don't hate the movies, but I'm not like a super fan for those. So everyone
Hmm.
has like their thing. So yeah, here Shawn says not every movie is for everyone. 100%,
I agree. Yeah.
100%. Let me go ahead. I lost my spot. Let me go up to this right here. This is another great question from Kiki and Luca. What led to your love of Disneyland, Shawn? What is your favorite things about Disneyland, and what do you think can be improved? This is a loaded question. We'll start with what led to your love for Disneyland.
You know what? I lived in Southern California when I was until I was 30 years old. My ex-wife and I, we were in high school together. Every Friday we would go to Disneyland after school. We get out at 2:30, be down at Disneyland by 4 o'clock, stay till it closed because it was cheap then.
Yeah.
Um, Before that, I even was just like, my mom told me when I first went to Disneyland, I punched Mickey Mouse in the nose. I was like two. But then when I started going more and more in my teens and my early 20s, I started getting more into who Walt Disney was and the man himself. And I mean, just a huge admirer of his work ethic. Tell me I can't do something, and I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you that I can. I literally have the partner statue tattoo of him on my. I love. It's just the best place. That's my love of Disneyland. And to touch on that again is when I first took all four of my kids to see Disneyland. That was what cemented my love, and now they love it as well. So that's very very. And then see my grandson when he got to go for the first time. Just those memories you can't get. My favorite thing about Disneyland, all of it. I mean, it's so cool. The
Yeah.
last time I was there in April, I literally just sat in town square by the flagpole for 2 hours, eating a thing of popcorn and just watched people. It was the coolest thing
Wow.
to just be in that spot, knowing the history of the park and like looking around, going, "Oh, I know about that. I know about that. The windows and that. Oh, listen over here." That kind of stuff. I just love that being where Walt Disney was actually walking the grounds and being in the apartment. I got to go into the apartment. Probably the coolest thing I've ever done at Disneyland. But what I think could be improved, I don't
Tomorrowland.
know. Tomorrowland or Yesterdayland, whatever you want to call it. Tomorrowland could be improved. That's about the only thing. You talk about the whole resort. I love DCA. DCA is great, but there's not. I mean, they're going to continue to improve, just like Walt Disney always said. They're going to continue changing it, making it better and better. So we'll see. Disneyland does need some love. I'm sorry. Tomorrowland does need some love for sure. So
Yeah. No, well said.
yeah.
Well said. Kiki and Luca, for me, and you probably know this already, but for those of you that are new to the channel, what got me into Disneyland is actually not even the parks, it was the animation. When I was growing up as a kid, I grew up at that time period where the Renaissance era, The Little Mermaid, Aladdin, Beauty and the Beast, Lion King, that was right when those films started to really come out and start to hit, right? I was like maybe 12, 11 or 12 at the time. And I just fell in love with those movies, especially Beauty and the Beast. And I got into animation. It got me into drawing. I took art classes. I even wanted to be an animator for a little while. But through my love of the animation end of things, I got more and more into Disney. I went down that rabbit hole, right? A little Alice in Wonderland reference there. I went
Hey,
down that
OG,
rabbit.
OG,
Yeah.
real quick. My work just called me. I'm gonna take the call real quick. I'm just gonna turn my mic down. Can you just hold
Yeah.
for it for a second? I
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
why they're calling.
Yeah. No
Okay.
worries. So the animation got me into it, right? And as I went down that rabbit hole, I got more and more into other stuff connected to Disney, and the parks were a part of that. You know what I'm saying? So it really kind of branched off from there. And then ever since then, as a kid, my family would take us to Disneyland like on birthdays or like holidays. We'd stay at the hotel for a couple of days and what have you. And it was really special. It really was. I love it. Now, my favorite things about Disneyland is I love what they did. I love what they did with like Walt Disney. He saw this orange grove, right? Orange grove, and he turned it into something that you can be transported to, right? So the jungle or the a land of tomorrow or New Orleans or land of fantasy. I mean, this is what really for me is so special about it, is that it was such a cool way to experience fantasy and other locales and just that magic in the world, right? I just love everything about what it did for not just the world, but for pop culture and what have you. So that's what I love. My favorite thing about Disneyland is, so yeah. And also, I love to people watch. I love taking people to Disneyland for the first time. I love seeing that. I love when you know you take somebody and their eyes light up because it's incredible, right? So I don't know. That's kind of what I how I feel about it. And the last and final thing, what do I think can be improved? Tomorrowland. Tomorrowland is really run down. I was We took the monorail the other day, and looking at those people mover tracks and the shape they're in is kind of sad. Disney, you can do better. You know what I'm saying? You can do better. They need to clean that land up quite a bit. The problem is that there's no incentive to clean it up because it's still a busy land. Because Space
Right.
Mountain is still bringing people in. Even Star Tours, to be fair, is bringing people in. Um, so they're not. There's no sense of urgency. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. But anyway, great question, Kiki and Luca. Really, really good question. Arlene says the animation is everything. Yeah, no, it is. I mean, really, it's the entire machine. It fuels everything, and that's why Disney really is a studio first, because if you don't have the studio running on all cylinders, making great movies and great IP, what do you have for the theme parks, right? But go ahead, Shawn. Welcome back.
Thanks, but yeah, no, I apologize for that. It's the last day of the month, so I just had to make sure everything was good. So I apologize for that.
No,
But
you're
yeah,
good.
I agree with everything you said. I had you on this ear when I was talking to him, so I was still listening to what you were saying. But yeah, I agree with you. Thanks for the little nudge towards Tomorrowland, because you're right. It does need to be. That would be the only thing I would think is Tomorrowland, and I'd say bring back the dragon. I'm a big.
Yeah.
I want bring back the dragon. That's
Bring her back, bring her
Bring
back.
her
And
back.
from
Yeah,
from
let's
what
go.
let's go. From what I'm hearing, I mean that is going to be the case. Well, I'm hearing rumors that they are going to replace her, so hopefully we get that soon. But Arlene brings up a great point here too, right? She says, being from Orange County, it's just always been so cool having a place like that in your backyard. And I
Oh,
think
I
a
could
lot
just
of
imagine.
you know what I'm saying? I mean, even as I'm in LA County,
Yeah.
Arlene, and I feel lucky just being even an hour away. I mean, there's people
Right.
who I just saw a video on Instagram of a guy from Cuba visiting Disneyland for the first time, and he was like in awe over the whole experience. And this guy was like in his 30s, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't a young kid at all. But it's like, I think a lot of times as locals, we take it for granted, where it's like we don't realize how lucky we are to be so close to an amazing thing like that. There's people in Cuba, there's people in Ohio or and the other places around the world that would die to be able to go to Disneyland, even just once, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, but go ahead. What are your thoughts on that? Just living closer, having
Oh, I
that,
couldn't. That'd be so cool. Where do you live? I live where Disneyland is. That's all you'd have to say if you live in Orange County. I live where Disneyland is. That'd be the coolest thing ever to say that. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
yeah, I completely agree with Arlene there for sure.
100%. Sean Narani, I agree with you, OGPT5. In 2022, I went with my cousins and his daughter for her first time. Seeing the joy in her eyes as she experienced it for the first time was unbelievable. I'm telling you, Sean, 1000%. My last relationship, we were together for a while, a long time, long-term relationship. But anyway, she was from Vietnam, and she came here when she was younger, but her family, like her mom and her dad, when they all came over here, her mom and her dad were obviously much older. So they didn't speak a whole lot of English, and they were from the countryside of Vietnam. So they never experienced anything like a Disneyland over there. I mean, they have amusement park rides, but
Hmm.
nothing like what we got out here at Disney. And we took her parents to Disney for the first time during the holidays. You wouldn't believe. I mean, they were in absolute wonder and amazement with what they were seeing. I mean, they were blown away by it. You know what I'm saying? And seeing people, like you were saying, Shawn, light up with that
Oh
first
yeah,
experience, right? It's
there's
amazing.
nothing like it. There's nothing like that.
Yeah. No,
So,
absolutely.
question for you about Shawn there. How long after I was on George's show, did you continue to call him Shan? Because I know they were going to wait and see until they told you that that's how you say his name, the way actually the way you say his name.
Yeah, no, George actually George called me and he told me, yeah,
Oh, he
it's
did.
Shawn.
Okay.
Yeah, he
He said he
called
was
me.
going to wait. He said he was going to wait until and let you do it again on a show and then see what I was just curious if that happened.
Oh no, yeah, we talked. He's like, oh no, it's Shawn. I'm like, okay, okay, cool. Because I was
Yeah.
calling it Shane. I think it was like
Yeah.
Shane Narani.
Shane. Yeah. Well, it looks like Shane, but yeah, I had to ask it. Did you see the question up there a little bit that Where in the Park asked about Walt?
Oh no, I can pull that up. Give me one second.
It's a good question. I like to hear get your thoughts on that.
Absolutely. It was from Where in the Park.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go to that. And we got Theme Park Wizard in the house, by the way. We
Oh, what's
love our
up?
Theme Park Wizard.
I've heard of Theme Park Wizard. I've only heard of him. I never met him. I've heard of him.
He's amazing. Mr.
That's
Wizard
what
is
I.
a awesome dude. He's like a little brother to me. I've known him for years. But if you're into Universal, especially, he's your guy. And Disney too. I mean, he has a great content. He's here on YouTube. You know
Right
what?
on.
I don't see the question, Shawn. I'm not seeing it from them.
Uh,
It was about Walt.
yeah, I'll go up and I can just ask it. It was at 7:33. I don't know if that
Okay.
matters on your time thing, but I can just ask you if you want.
Yeah, if you could. I don't see it
Yeah,
for
sure.
some
It says if you could go back in time and see Walt on one day in his life, what would you choose and what would you ask him?
Oh,
That's
wow, that is a good question. I'm glad. I'm
a
glad.
great question.
That's a good one. What would I ask him?
Where would you know? Where would you want him? What point? What day would you choose to meet him?
Oh, that's tough. Like, if I can go back in time, you said?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That's tough, man. You know, it's funny because I almost wouldn't even want to go back in time. For me, the more interesting thing would to be to talk to him now and
Oh
find
yeah,
out what he thinks about the new stuff. I think that's what I would
yeah,
want to do. I would want to ask
yeah.
him. I want to sit him down. We'll watch the movies together. Watch Lion King. Watch all these movies. What did you think, Walt? Right? Go to Disneyland. What do you think about that? What do you think about that? You know what I'm saying? Ride these rides and see his thoughts on this stuff. And I would bet you, Shawn, a lot of his opinions on stuff would be very surprising. I think the stuff that a
Oh,
lot of
I agree.
people, yeah, a lot of stuff that people assume he would love, maybe he wouldn't, and the stuff that people
Yeah,
assume he would hate, maybe he would love, right? But what about you? That's a great question. Really good
that
question.
is a really. That's I'm sure that's Amanda. Amanda comes up with the best questions ever. The day would be. I wouldn't even say like opening day because that'd be he wouldn't really know a lot about. I'd say probably like right before he passed away. It'd be cool to just kind of sit down with him in the apartment. I wouldn't ask him a question. I'd just say thank you. You know what I mean? So he
Perfect.
died 11 years after the park opened. So it'd be cool to just say thank you for all you've done. Not, everyone knows why you did what you did and how you did it, but thank you. You probably didn't even hear that a lot. You know what I mean? Because everyone just worked for him. But I like your thought too. So that's what's
Yeah.
up, Ethan from okay.
Yeah. Theme
Is that
park
his
wizard.
name, Ethan?
His
Okay.
name is Ethan. Yep.
All right,
Absolutely.
look at that.
Absolutely. Okay. So we got Lucas.
Confirmed. This is Amanda. Okay, good.
Confirmed. Confirmed. Lucas says, Disneyland and Walt Disney World annual pass holders and Floridians are so spoiled and entitled. They think everyone can afford to go to these parks when reality is not at all. Yeah, there is a little bit of that. Lucas, I do agree with you on that. And I think sometimes we do have to step back and kind of understand that this is an absolute privilege to be so close. We are very lucky to be
Yeah,
so close, have so much access to this stuff. So, yeah,
I
absolutely.
agree. I completely agree with you.
Yeah, yeah. And then Shawn Narani says here, could you imagine taking Walt on a Disney cruise? Could you imagine that?
It's like, what the hell is this?
Well, it's crazy, Shawn, because I went on the Wonder about 3 years ago now. It was my first
Uh-huh.
time going on a Disney cruise, and I'm sitting in the bedroom with the balcony door open, and the music in our room was Steamboat Willie.
Oh, come on now.
And I'm like thinking to myself, I'm looking outside, I'm in this beautiful room, and I'm hearing Steamboat Willie. I'm like, this animated short came out in 1928. That really started the whole thing, right?
Yeah.
What a crazy juxtaposition. Hearing that song, and now I'm in the current situation of this massive cruise liner on the water out there in the Pacific somewhere. Like, I mean, just that's the kind of stuff that makes me think, like, what the hell would Walt think of this? Like, it's crazy, right?
It is, and you wonder if and I've always wondered if Disney, the corporation, the parks would be as big as they are if he was still around, or would they be even bigger because he was just a thinker? I mean, look at his idea for Epcot. Could you imagine if his idea for Epcot actually came to fruition? How crazy that would have been to what he wanted.
Yeah.
A whole world of people living together, settling around in cars and like in a hyper. Wow.
No, that's
Who
actually
has a
one. That's actually
who has a
one.
brain like that?
Oh, he's a absolute genius. One
Yeah.
in a
Yeah.
billion human being, you know? But I
Yeah.
mean, that's one thing that I would probably be scared taking Walt to current Epcot because it's completely different than what he really wanted. You know what I'm saying? That would be a
I
tough
just
one.
just reading this comment right.
Oh yeah, Kiki and Luca, we need to get OG's ex-girlfriend on one of these shows. I've heard 100 stories about her. Yeah, no, actually, it's funny. It's funny, Kiki and Luca. Like, um, we broke up amicably. Is that a word? Yeah, amicably. We left on good terms. I don't talk to her anymore. She's in a new relationship, so I respect that, and you know, we cut ties, but there was no animosity. You'll never see me badmouth her on a show, nothing like that. Nothing but respect there. But no, yeah, I do bring it up every now and then because I was with her for 13 years, so I have a lot of
Oh, wow.
experiences. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, it's crazy. What else do we got here? We got Arlene. Yes, I don't take it for granted at all. I work very hard to be able to afford my Disney and Universal trips. Arlene, you know what? I've been going to Universal so much lately too. I've been going down to Hollywood. I take Ventura Boulevard all the way down,
Yeah, it's
and
like just like down the street from your house. I mean, I'd be there all the time if I lived that
oh,
close.
oh, I love it. I love it. Universal is great. I mean, do you like
Oh yeah.
Hollywood?
Do I like
You,
Universal Studios?
Universal Hollywood? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I was I hadn't been there because I moved to Oregon for 20 years. I didn't go the whole time that I lived there. When we just this February, when we got to go with Getaway Today, they took us like on some hotel tours and they took us to Universal. I'm like, damn, this place has changed so much, and it's just the coolest thing, you know. And I had like the people that run Getaway Today, like say, what do you want to see? And they just show me everything I want to see. You talked about Harry Potter earlier. I'm not a huge Harry Potter fan. My kids were. I went to every movie with them and supported them. You walk in that damn castle. We didn't even go on the ride. We just walked in the castle and went through the queue. And I'm just like, holy shit. I mean, just the whole thing. It's just like it was amazing, but it's a movie studio. So of course it's going to be just absolutely perfect. I really enjoyed it. I love the tram tour. I love the whole thing. I want to go to one of these Halloween horror nights. I've heard they're amazing. So
Shawn, I'm telling you, bro, we got to go. We got to take you to HHN.
That's what I've heard, man. That's yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. I'm not even a big like horror movie guy. I don't even really care about Halloween that much, but HHN
Yeah, me
is.
neither. Yeah, it looks amazing. It looks like so much fun.
Oh, it's fantastic. Absolutely fantastic.
I'm intrigued by this Terrifier. I have no idea what he is or who he is, but I'm just intrigued by this guy now. I'm like, what is this clown that everyone is in love with? Everyone loves this clown. I'm like, what the hell? You know, but it scared the shit out of me if I was actually there because I'm not a horror fan, but I'm like, whatever.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. I went and it made my hair stand up, and it hasn't gone down since. So it's pretty scary. Big Samus here says, speaking of being close to Disneyland, it's time for Disney to build a third park in North America. What are your thoughts on that? Yeah, no,
Yes.
I would agree,
Yes.
Big Samus. I think you take the Toy Story lot over there and you build Westcott. I mean, I'm a big fan of Westcott. I think that'd be great. I think the locals would love to drink around the world. I think that'd be a big hit out here.
Oh God.
Can you imagine, dude? I mean, that would be insanely popular, right?
I've never done that, but I heard it's the best part of Epcot of the whole Walt Disney World Resort is freaking drinking around the world. Everyone says, "You've never drank around the world?" I'm like, "No," but
Yeah, no, it's.
I agree with you. That Toy Story parking lot, which is bigger than DCA, should be third gate. Let's just make it fucking happen. I'm sorry.
No, you could. Hey, you can totally cuss.
All right.
We can totally cuss here. No worries at all. George and I, all the time. We're in the park here. It says, what's one thing that Disney can learn from other theme parks? Well, you know what? We were just talking about HHN. I think Universal has better after hours events. I think HHN is top tier. Fan Fest, top tier. I
Mhm.
love Universal's after hours events. I think you get a lot for your money. The value is there. I think Disney can learn a lot from that, in my opinion. But what say you, Sean? What do you think,
I
brother?
agree with you. I think the pricing as well. Let's be real. I know a lot of people I know where in the park went to Fan Fest. Some other friends went to Fan Fest. My daughter works for Universal. She works for Comcast, so she literally works like across the street from the park, and goes all the time. But yeah, this the cost of everything. It just seems like it's so much. Like you could get like a Fan Fest pass to go to every single thing for like $80 when you're spending $160 to go to Oogie Boogie because it's close to Halloween. No, Oogie Boogie seems cool. Never done it myself, but it seems
Yeah.
like Universal is very good at like financially wise. But I will say this: I'm a huge Coke Zero drinker, and when I went to Disneyland one day when I was down there, and I went to Universal the next, a Coke Zero was $1.50 more at Universal. So they're smart in some parts, but
Well,
they don't charge as much to get in, but they're going to make sure you pay to eat and make sure you pay to drink. So that's what I
100%.
think they could learn for them. I think and
Yeah.
I definitely have heard everyone say that Fan Fest was the best nighttime that they've been. A lot of people have said that. Just ask Danny said that. It's the best nighttime thing he's been to. I think I'm not sure where in the park said that, but I know they really enjoyed it. And I would love to walk around Hill Valley. That'd be so cool to because I'm a Back to the Future guy, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, no, 100%. And Danny is a great dude. Just as Danny, friend of the channel. We love
He's
Danny.
amazing.
Shout out to him.
He's the best.
Yeah, and also Mondo. He's
Oh
great.
my gosh, Mondo's. I talk to Mondo all the time about getting on our show. Then we get close, and then it doesn't happen. But someday Mondo's going to be on there. I've been trying for 5 years. It's going to happen, but it's gonna be great.
No, 100%, 100%. Arlene says Fan Fest was great. Yeah, it really was. It was really cool. Let me go ahead. I saw a great question here. Give me 1 second, everybody. Where did I see that?
These are good questions.
Oh yeah, these are fantastic. Amazing stuff here.
It
Oh,
looks
here it
like
is.
Sam and Amanda are going to be going to Halloween Horror Nights. It looks like they planned a whole trip. It looks like over there, so that's good. It's just so weird not being able to do anything. You
Yeah.
don't understand when I do live shows or I do any show, I'm the one clicking stuff, and it's so weird not be able to click on the thing and read anything. But thank you for having me. Still, it's fun.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And just give a shout out to whatever one you want me to pull up, and I'll pull it up, no problem at
Oh,
all. But we got James Gorgie here. Did you hear that Thomas Shoemaker will no longer be head of Disney Theatrical, aka Disney on Broadway? I did not hear that. That is really
did
sad.
not. Hmm.
Thomas is he's been there a long time, right?
That's what. Yeah, I've heard the name.
Yeah, absolutely.
Arlene says fire. Five
Yeah,
fires. Okay, got it now. Got it.
fire it up, fire it up. There it
They're
is.
so much fun. That Speculation Sunday is such a fun show.
Yeah.
They're great.
No, they're amazing. They're amazing. Now, I do have an email question. We have a friend of the channel
Okay.
here. His name is Matthew Murr. He's all the way out in the UK. Now, he's been having some trouble with his YouTube. I don't know why he can't leave comments or whatever. It's like glitching on him. So he sent me an email question. It's a little long, so I'm going to paraphrase it. But basically, what he's asking is if Disneyland were to have like a princess show, like a princess musical show or a princess kind of concert style show,
Mhm.
what should the mix of princesses be, right? So we got two dudes here just talking princesses, right? Let's go, right? What should the mix be? Because he was saying like, hey, should they do just the popular ones? Should they get a little deep cutty with it? What do you think, Sean? I mean, what should the mix of these princesses be in
Well,
terms of like?
you asked me this before we started, and I'm glad you asked. I could think about it a little bit. And I thought if you're a Disney fan, like anyone watching this right now, you're going to want to see all of the princesses because everyone's is a fan of all the different princesses. And who's actually a princess? Elsa's not a princess, so would Elsa be in it, or would
Oh,
she
that's
not be?
true. That's true. She's a
Yeah, yeah.
queen.
She's a queen, and but you look back, Snow White, the ultimate princess, and I think you would have to mix it all up. I think because there's you can pull from like any era of 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, and on of great Disney princesses, and why not do them all? I mean, did you see like the Disney princess show they had on, or like they did that recording? It was like a 12-minute like little concert they did, and it's
Yeah,
on Disney Plus. Yeah, they
yeah.
had like the four main princesses come out and sing, and then in the front, all the other ones were standing there. Like okay, okay, there's that one. There's the is it Merida? There's
Merida,
yeah,
yeah.
and Raya, like bring them in too. Like Amanda says every show mix up the line. That's a good idea too. But you got to
Yeah,
include them all because there's so much history with all of them too. So
yeah.
Mulan and yeah, I can't think of a princess you really don't like. So it would be kind of hard to say, well, don't do that one. Is
Well, yeah.
Alice a princess?
No, she's not. No, she's
Okay,
definitely not.
okay,
But here's the thing too, in that a lot of stuff, a lot of these big characters, big IPs that are big now,
yeah,
were not box office hits when Walt released them initially, like
right,
Fantasia and Pinocchio. Those movies didn't do well, but now Pinocchio is a very popular character. So I think it's important for Disney, even though some movies like Wish, for example, right? Even though that movie didn't necessarily do great at the box office, it's still important to keep these characters alive because they might catch on later on through other medium and all that. So I think it's definitely something they should do. And Walt did it all the time. Jiminy Cricket was in everything in that era.
yeah,
He was on the Wonderful World of Disney with Walt all the time, and he was hosting all kinds of stuff. So it's good to keep these characters alive, even if the movie didn't necessarily do well financially
right.
initially. But we got Lord Jonathan in the house. Should Disney World expand into anime at the parks? I would love to see Twisted Wonderland hybrid with Descendants and zombie IP from Disney Channel one day. Now, for those of you at home that are not familiar with what Jonathan is referring to, they just announced this the other day. Disney Twisted Wonderland, the animation release main trailer. So it's like an anime take on the Alice in Wonderland franchise. I would play the trailer, but I don't want to get us messed copyrighted from YouTube and all that. But check it out. It's on YouTube. It looks really, really interesting. The animation looks beautiful. But here's the thing. Anime right now is hot. I mean, really hot.
It is. It really is.
I think that I've been saying it for a long time. I mean, Universal's really tapping into anime with like One Piece. They're getting into it. I would love to see Disney get into it more. I don't know what you can do in terms of like attractions or what have you, but even if you do shows or whatever, I mean, I think there's definitely a market there. The younger, like Gen Z, they love this stuff, man. I mean, even like I know it's technically not anime, but like K-pop Demon Hunters is a cultural phenomenon. So Asia right now is really crushing it in pop culture, and I think Disney, is smart to get in on that. So this is great. I think this Twisted Wonderland thing. I just saw a trailer the other day for Star Wars Visions Volume 3. That looks insanely good. So yeah, more anime. I'm all for it. What say you? Would you be okay with more anime in the parks? And what kind of offerings would you want to see? And I mean, yeah, where do you stand, Shawn?
Do I look like an anime guy? Let's start with that. But I understand the popularity. We talked about this with George a couple weeks ago. The same thing. I understand the popularity of it, and you're going to want to cater to what's popular. And I see no reason why not to do it. You know what I mean? You want to put in the parks what people are going to want to see, and I think it'd be a good idea. K-pop.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
no, 100%. K-pop Demon Hunter is one of the best movies I've ever seen. Yeah, my friend Jay Shear, a friend of the channel here, said the same thing. It was his favorite movie of the year.
Really?
Yeah, and he doesn't even like
Okay.
K-pop, so I was like,
Okay.
wow, okay. I mean,
Now Descendants are cool. I mean, I watched those with my kids. I kind of got into those. I thought the Descendants were pretty dang cool. So I could definitely get behind that because that has a huge following. You know what I mean?
oh yeah, 100%, 100%. Now, Peter, you said Twisted Wonderland reminds me of the Alice in Wonderland live action video game they made a few years. Oh, okay, that's interesting. I think actually, Lucas, correct me if I'm wrong. I think Twisted Wonderland was actually a mobile game, though, wasn't it? At one point, I don't know. I could be wrong on that, but Lucas will know for sure. And chime in, Lucas, if you're still here. But speaking of Lucas, Twisted Wonderland would be a perfect place with Kingdom Hearts should a fifth gate happen at Disney World. Yeah, you would have to either create another gate for it. I can kind of see it in Hollywood Studios, So I don't know. I don't know. Arlene says my students are nonstop at the songs from K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah. Yeah. No, the songs are bangers. I didn't see the movie, but the songs, I've been listening to all the songs too. They're great. Really good stuff.
Sean
What
asked
else?
if what does anime person look like? Not me, Sean. Just so we're clear.
Not
I don't know.
not
Yeah. Not this guy.
yeah. No, it's anime. I love what the Japanese do with animation just because I feel like the Japanese really understand that animation. I say this all the time, but it bears repeating. the Japanese understand that animation is not a genre. American
Sure.
audiences feel like it's a genre. It's a family genre, but it's not. It's just a medium, and it's a way to tell a story. So the Japanese will have blood, guts, and gore, and all kinds of sexual innuendo or whatever in their animation, and then they'll have family stuff and kids stuff too.
Hmm.
They understand it's just a way to tell a story, and I love that about them. They respect it so much. The American culture is a little different when it comes to animation. It's improving for sure, but it's just a different situation for sure. And then Lucas here says that it's a mobile game that went bazingers in Japan. Okay, interesting. And Kevin Richardson here says, I think Big Samus earlier meant where besides Anaheim and Orlando should they build a third resort in America? Oh,
Okay. Look at
well,
you,
I mean,
that's
Kevin,
Kevin from Where in the Park. We love him. He's
there
the
he is,
best.
Kevin. What's going on, brother? Texas would actually be a pretty good spot. I mean, right? Universal is building a kid park out there. I mean, they can kind of test it out for us, right? And see how that does. And if there's a market out there in Texas, then maybe Disney could look into that. I don't know. Would you be open to a Texas park, Shawn? Or
Sure. I think more like Chicago. Chicago's in the middle of the country as well, and it'd be close to Sam because she never gets to go doesn't get to go to the parks that much, so she could go to the park more. But Chicago is a big hub as well. You have like L.A., Florida, Chicago, Texas. Definitely, I could see it there, for sure.
yeah, no,
But
100%.
I'd say somewhere in that area of the United States, and somewhere in that space.
Yeah,
I don't think
no,
you want to put. I don't think you want to put it where somewhere that's not too like. No, how would I word this? Like Oklahoma or Nebraska. I mean, but I guess anywhere you'd be okay. But I'm not trying to say that I'm not knocking those places, but I'm thinking like a more populous place that'd be easier to get to and easier to access, like
yeah.
Chicago or like Dallas or something like that too. Would be great.
I don't envy the person, or not the person, the planners in the Disney Corporation when they have to figure out where to put these things, because I'm sure there's so much that goes into that, and there is it's. Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I suck. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
Thank you, Sam. Less rural is the word I was looking for. But the greedy part of me would still want Southern California. Just saying, because I'm close to it. That's just me. But I think, or Florida, because that's where these two places are. But go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm really bad at that. No, I'm bad at that.
No, you're fine. I'm the same way. I would prefer it to be Westcott and down the street from Disneyland.
Right.
Right. I would, but if we're gonna go outside of California, yeah, Texas probably wouldn't be too bad. But here's the other thing too. Disney's in a really unique position right now because they have the cruise lines, right? So they can kind of beta test other areas through the cruise line. Like for example, Australia. They could do like they can do cruise lines to Australia, which I think they've already been doing, and kind of see what the market is out there for like a Disney kind of themed thing, like a cruise line. And if it's robust, then they can think about, oh, maybe we can do a theme park there and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So the cruise line is a great little beta tester for this stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty cool.
Let me ask you this before we move on real quick. What are your thoughts on Abu Dhabi?
What do I think about Abu Dhabi? I think Abu Dhabi is going to be a great thing for the theme parks in general because Disney's not paying for any of that stuff.
Right.
And this thing is going to have a blank check, right?
Oh,
So
yeah.
all the R&D for these amazing rides that they will inevitably build over there, all that R&D will be bought and paid for, and then they can bring them over here. So
just like Walt did it. Just like Walt did the same exact thing. So I completely agree with that. Yeah.
I love it. But Kevin here says if they figure out that indoor theme park technology they're working on for Abu Dhabi, I can see Chicago or a large city without great year-round theme park weather getting a park. That's a fantastic point, Kevin.
Could you imagine an indoor theme park? How freaking cool would that be?
Dude, and
it's like 72 degrees and you're just like, oh.
It would be amazing. I mean, think about it. You could projection map the sky and all crazy stuff. Like if they had, like say, for example, they had Toontown in an indoor park, you can projection map animated birds and all kinds of stuff in there. It'd be dope, dude,
Talk about leaving world of leaving the world you're in. You can imagine like you go through these doors and like you can't even see outside. And it's just like you said, You got Toy Story clouds flying around, and my God, man, that would just be the coolest thing. Star Wars land would be like you'd have like stars and holy shit, that'd be great.
It'd be amazing. I would love it. Shawn Narani here says it would need to be indoors for Chicago. We get all kinds of weather.
Yeah.
One almost went into St. Louis once. Yeah. Yeah. I actually lived in Chicago only for 6 months. I didn't last very long, Shawn. It was when I was a kid. We moved out there for family after the big earthquake we had out here. And no, I'm way too California for the weather they have in Chicago. But, you know, it would be cool, though, if Chicago got a little bit of love, though, in the theme park market, you know? So, you know, so where in the park says no need for umbrellas or ponchos. Yeah, exactly.
That would be, yeah.
Actually, maybe Florida could use an indoor park.
Yeah.
With the weather they get, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's wild. That is absolutely wild. But I want to thank everybody in the chat today. This was a great conversation. Lucas and Disney, Where in the Parks, Arlene, Kiki and Luca, James, Giant Peter, Disney Diva Gem. We love you, Disney Diva Gem. Everybody who joined us today, Matthew Murr, Remy D, Andrew Kellogg, Laura Jonathan. Thank you all so much. And Shawn, it is awesome having you on OG 55. Now, before we get going, I do have a couple of things I want to kind of show everybody. First thing is this amazing merch store. This is a friend of the channel. His name is Jared over there at Capture the Magic. I do a lot of content with Jared. He's a great dude, passionate theme park.
I've been watching him like every day with this. I don't know anything about Florida, but that Stardust Racer thing that every time I see is because you told me you should stop follow him. I follow him now. And I've been seeing like he's like my go-to guy for all the Stardust Racer stuff. I'm like, damn, that's very unfortunate what happened, but he's on top of all that stuff. So it's
he's fantastic.
I love his content. Yeah, it's great stuff. Sorry.
Yeah, he's fantastic. Really cool guy. Great dude. Makes great content. Make sure you subscribe to Capture the Magic. The merch store is amazing too. If you're into nerdy shirts, he's got them. So I'll link it down below. Yeah, check them out. If you use promo code OG55, you get 10% off. So that's pretty cool. Also here on OG55, we have a great little outro by a lovely gal. Her name is Mimi Fan. She does a lot of content about food stuff, or like if you're in the market for like, you know, Korean barbecue or Vietnamese food in the LA or OC area. Her Instagram is amazing for that. You definitely check it out and give her a follow. She's also on YouTube. You can find that in the description down below. You can go ahead and subscribe to Miss Mimi Fan. She's a friend of the channel. And if you're a foodie and you love cool food stuff and just fun places to go in the LA area, she is definitely your gal. So make sure you check her out. Mr. Shawn, where can everybody find you on social media, my friend?
Just go Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. We made it really easy. Just look up Walt's Apartment Productions. It's very, very easy. And yeah, we'd love to have you guys come over. Check us out. We do lives every Wednesday night where we talk all Disney stuff. And we got a couple podcasts one's called Imagine That, which is features and talk about Imagineers every other week. I'm sorry. They put out episodes and they're just deep dives into these Imagineers. And we have a show called Extra Magic Hour, which is all Disney parks. We have the Disney Universe podcast and a Tiki cast, and Walt's Apartment Presents, which is kind of like our interview show where we interview people. Yeah, check us out. I can't think enough for having me on. I met you. I've been watching you since like you were in like your bedroom, like with a curtain behind you. Yeah. And now I look at you now, and it's like so cool. And I appreciate you reaching out, and we became friends. And I appreciate it. We text probably every day, or a little bit every day.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's cool. I appreciate you, man, so much. Just check us out. We greatly appreciate it. And thank you all for being so kind and asking all the questions tonight. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, it's great having you on, Shawn, and getting to know you and everything. And yeah, everybody at home, if you're not familiar with Shawn and Walt's Apartment Productions, make sure you check them out. Link in the description down below. Subscribe to them. Show them all that love. They're doing a lot of great stuff. They've grown really fast lately. They're right.
It's only taken 5 years, but we're getting there.
Get there. Hey, that's part of the YouTube game, you know.
It is, yeah.
It ebbs and flows. Yeah. But
we have a lot of good things coming up. A lot lot of interviews and stuff we're working on, and guests. And we like to have a lot of guests on and play games. And the last Wednesday of every night on YouTube is our family night where our whole crew gets together, whoever can, and play games. And we do Mad Libs, which are the best. So I'll stop, but check us out.
Now, what are the Mad Libs exactly for people that are not aware?
Mad Libs, basically Amanda from Where in the Park there. She does the whole thing. We go through the whole show, and like literally throughout the show, people that are in there say, okay, everyone, I need a noun. So then like all the people that are in the comments will like drop a noun or like a descriptive word or something like that. And then we as the host would pick the word. At the end, she gives us four. You know what Mad Libs are?
Yeah.
I'm okay, familiar. So it's the same. It's exactly the same thing as the Mad. At the end, she gives each one of us a Mad Lib to read, which from the people it's good stuff. It's quirky. It's fun. Last week we did Chill, Marry, Kill as part of our show, just because we don't do, we have fun, and that's what it's all about, is having fun doing this. And I have probably the best, most supportive crew and team behind me that helps get this done every week. And they each run shows and they know what to do, and I appreciate all of them more than anything, and they all know that. But I'm telling them, they're all here watching right now, so I appreciate all you guys. So, but yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Everybody, thank you for watching, and thank Walt Apartments audience for hanging out with us today and talk and nerding out about all this cool stuff we all love. Thank you so much, and we're gonna close it out with the lovely Mimi fan. And until next time, everybody, see you later.
Thank you so much for watching OG55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and become a member today. Mwah.